folks. We're about to get into it. Draft 4 was another journey. Each journey is turning out to have its own special theme. This one was not Taylor Swift, but there was a lot of Taylor Swift involved. I'm very excited that at the end of the vlog, I'm going to announce the name, the title of second book. Enjoy these fun Taylor Swift writing struggle times, and I'll be back to tell you more.
Hello and welcome to the Draft 4 vlog. I have 2 weeks from this point, so 14 days. I'm a little nervous. That's the shortest amount of time thus far. So today is Sunday, July 19th. My deadline is August 3rd, which is the day before my birthday. My editor said I can concentrate more on trimming than like giant cuts. This time around I am using track changes, which tracks your changes. The new stuff you write will be in a new color, so your editor knows what you've added, what you've changed, and all that as you go. I don't remember being a big fan of track changes. It's necessary, and I had to get Microsoft Word so that I could use it because you can't use it on Pages. Stupid Microsoft Word. It's 12:42 p.m. It's time to start. Since we've last talked, I've done exactly half of the first chapter. I did so many little tiny rando edits on this first chapter because it's the first chapter and it's starting to dawn on me like it's gonna be the first chapter. There's no other first chapter. It's the first chapter. Every sentence I'm like, does this make that? Like everything I sat there and second guessed. Draft 4, I'm gonna be way more thoughtful about every single thing that goes into it because there are less chances to fix things now. And since I have to use track changes now, all the new stuff I do, it comes out in orange. And there's so much orange on the first page. I don't like this. It feels like the page is watching. I got to chapter 3 and then I stopped because it's time that I put together the perfect first sentence. I didn't do that in all the other drafts because I knew it was gonna hold me up. But now it's time. I know the book. I know the characters. I need to first sentence this bitch because right now it's just a normal first sentence. I can't just have a normal first sentence. So I need to start rewriting one 1,000 times so that by the time I need to hand this in, I get it right. I made it to page 12. I suddenly have a craving to listen to Pieces of Me by Ashley Simpson. And honestly, I haven't listened to Ashley Simpson in forever, so maybe I'll just listen to all the hits. Why not take a crazy chance and do that? I listened to Metamorphosis while I was working on draft 3. I had the best time. I listened to it like 3 times in a row. What a great Hilary Duff album. When I went to her concert, that was the album I was listening to on repeat. All of this is a spoiler. I just tried to show you the chapter title, but you also got to see the book title. I'm on chapter 3, which I'm now calling I'm Handling It. I've spent the last 2.5 hours writing first sentences and then first paragraphs of this book and then rewriting the first paragraph and then deleting everything except for like 2 of those sentences and then rewriting it. It's been a long journey and I finally made it to chapter 3 again. We'll see if I'm still happy with what I have in there now tomorrow. I changed chapter 3's title to Sign Me Up. That's been a thrill ride. Hello. Today has been a scattered day. I got a video up though. And I got A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor on audiobook because I couldn't wait to read it. I spent at least an hour, probably like an hour and a half on the first chapter. So that was fun. I'm just like going insane rereading it over and over and over and over. Hello, it's July 21st. We've got 12 days left till deadline. Guess what chapter I'm on? 2. Yeah, I went back again. Good job, Christine. You know, I got further in chapter 3, okay? I did the first 2 parts of it, and then I don't know how I got back here. It just was, all of a sudden. And I've been back here for like half an hour. Now I'm at chapter 2 again, after redoing the beginning of chapter 1. It's like an addiction. Once you start just like constantly questioning the first paragraph, the opening section. Don't worry, I won't go back again for at least an hour. I'm on page 36. Yeah, I'm having fun. I like this part. I like sitting with this and like working on it for a long time, each chapter and each sentence and shit. I don't think I'm gonna get to do this for every chapter, but I'm gonna do it for as many chapters as I can before it's crunch time. Microsoft Word has a whole different setup. The word count is over here and the page count's over here. I'm so used to the word count being there, like you can see on my Pages document. Everyone's constantly asking me what program I use to write, and I use Pages, which is apparently like the AOL of word processing documents. I don't know why everyone doesn't love Pages. It's just the same as Microsoft Word. I'm finding now that Microsoft Word does catch more grammatical errors, okay? It has a better spell check. It's not really a spell check. It has a better grammar police. It keeps catching phrases that should be hyphenated and just catches more. more. But whatever, it's still the same. It's still basic, it's the same. Yeah, I can't do track changes in pages, but it's still the same. It's the same. It's 1 a.m. I've reached chapter 9. What's happened since we last talked? I'm on page 51. I found the word furthest because Microsoft Word found that I wrote the word furthest. I don't know how the word furthest ever happened. What is furthest? I came upon it and I just stopped and I was like, furthest? Furthest, Christine? So I changed it to furthest and then I typed it in on pages, and pages just thinks that furthest is a word. Is furthest like the name of a place? Do people live in furthest? Furthest. And I added 2 words to my Control F list. One of my favorite things, my Control F list, when you see a word that's coming up too often, I add it to the Control F list. And when we're done, we Control F that shit. And it's a fun game. See how many times you use that word and then figure out what you're going to change to make it disappear to a reasonable amount of time. So that is definitely going to be a draft 4 thing. Draft 4 is shaping up to be a fun draft, huh? Control F-ing. I'm excited.
It's the 22nd of July. So I've been working on book this morning, but I have a meeting at 3:30 today. I'm trying to stay calm about it, but like I have 3 hours to kill before the meeting, and I just want the meeting to be over so I don't have to think about it anymore. So I'm gonna try to sit down and work on book. It's 2:45 and I haven't gotten much further in my book. La 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 la. I spent a lot of time on the same big chapter and I never got to the end. I just had a matcha. I'm on page 71. Oh, and then I'm coming up on a chapter that I might have to cut. So maybe some words will be cut in the next chapter. There's a lot of repeated words in this draft, and I gotta say, pages did not catch the repeated words, so I'm coming to maybe sense that pages is not exactly the same. I had my meeting, it's done. I'm having my anxiety crash. John and I are gonna make tacos! Are you excited for some tacos?
Sure.
Taco Wednesday! We mix it up every week. It's never just a Tuesday thing. I got to page 78 and I cut a bunch of words because I cut out a whole chapter. Now I'm down to 122,321 words. Ooh, so close to 120. Good morning. It is July 23rd. Last night at 2:30 a.m. I finally had inspiration that struck and I wrote a lot of the extra bonus chapter for Gamma Better, which has been like really stunted for me in terms of writing because I've been so in the other book. I was so excited. I didn't go to bed till like 3:45 and I had a meeting. I have a meeting today at 11. I just finished getting dressed. I woke up like feeling so giddy because I was like, I wrote something. I wrote the chapter I needed to write that I've been like really frustrated with. And then I looked at my phone and I had texts from 7 different people telling me that I'm gonna freak out when I wake up because there's a new Taylor Swift album dropping tonight called Folklore. She's in the woods. We're in the woods in 2020. We're not out of the woods. And it's just like, I'm so excited. Good news in a time where there's rarely good news. It feels so fucking good. I had my meeting and it went well and I was so excited about Taylor Swift and I've been sitting trying to write ever since and nothing has happened because I'm just looking at Taylor Swift stuff on the internet and on Twitter and I'm so excited. The tiredness from the anxiety and also from not sleeping much is hitting and that's why I'm not doing anything. Because I've had it open and I typed an accidental M and that's all I've typed. An accidental M. That's something. I'm gonna make a matcha and try again. 1776. New York City. Pardon me, are you Aaron Burr? Bop, 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 bop to the top. Taylor Swift's new album's coming. And it looks so emo and I'm so excited. It's 3 o'clock and I'm officially getting back to work. You guys, there's a new album. I'm so sleepy despite my matcha. I'm on page 89 of 537. Oh, the page count went down. That's cool. I deleted a chapter. I went through all 108 chapters last time to fix the fucking numbers. And now they're all wrong again. I've just changed for some exercising. I was actually dressed, so I needed to change into some yoga clothes. I'm usually just already wearing yoga clothes. I did some exercise and I'm feeling more awake. Now I'm gonna tackle more book. Get the laundry started. Okay, I've hit page 97. Less than 3 hours till the new Taylor Swift album. We're 20 minutes out from the new Taylor Swift entire album. I know John's favorite Taylor Swift song, but like, let's just get it for you guys. John, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
The one that they made a meme about it with the goat yelling.
I knew you were trouble. He's heard so many more since then, and I was like, do you have a new one since like I first met you and you were like the one with the goat? And he was like, no, I still like the one with the goat. It's starting! That was really good. I'm really emotional for like reasons I can't even understand yet. But I really loved that music video. I listened to the last song like 6 times before I finished my first listen to the album. This album is everything I've ever wanted in a Taylor Swift album. I'm texting with my cousins who love Taylor Swift. We've been talking throughout the whole this whole time. I really should write, and maybe after like a second listen. It's July 24th. I have 10 days left before deadline for book 2. I really wanted to write to Taylor last night, but I couldn't find it in me because I would stop writing consistently to listen to her lyrics because there's so much storytelling going on in that album. You'll keep hearing new things the first 50 listens. I don't even think I can listen to it today. I didn't put it on this morning because I knew that I would just get sucked in and like waste a lot of time just listening to it and getting really sad. I spent the morning working on the ab chapter and it's 12:37 now, so I am going to start working on regular books. It's been a rough personal day and I haven't gotten much writing done. It is 7:15 and I have plans with Natasha to watch Kissing Booth 2 together at 8:30. So I have an hour and 15 minutes to try to make something happen. I said I wasn't gonna listen to Taylor Swift while I write because it's too distracting, but like I missed the album. So I'm gonna listen to Taylor Swift while I write and hopefully hope for the best. Folklore for life. Oh boy, I wonder if there's any new merch today. All this new merch appeared upon at midnight. Like there was one merch before and then there was lots of merch.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift merch.
Yeah, I didn't buy any of it. Aren't you proud?
That's some
restraint. But I might buy one today. Today was kind of a bust, but it also kind of wasn't. I mean, it also had good points. Like I just put an entry down in my favorite days journal. So last year I started this journal of like my favorite days because what I realized is that I remember my bad days so vividly, but like when I have a really great day, I don't remember them, you know, like they fade. It's the bad ones that burn into your mind and I want the good ones to stick with me. I want to remember those days. It's nice to have like full accounts of your favorite days, and I went back and read about my favorite days and it's actually made me feel so much better today. Okie dokie, it is July 25th. I haven't made much progress on book 2 in the last 2 days. My editor was like, is this chapter necessary? And I got to that chapter, I took a break, I came back to it. I was like, I think some of it is necessary. So I deleted a bunch of it that I thought was not necessary, and now the pacing, it feels all off in these 2 chapters. I'm trying to figure out what to do with them to make it work again, and I've just been like, oh. Of course I'm stuck in Act 1, as I always am. I just got dressed. I've been listening to Beautifully Foolish Endeavor, which is fantastic, and the audiobook is fantastic. I'm an Audible affiliate. If you're interested, my link's in the description. You can get your first book for free, and you could pre-order the Get But Better paperback, which I keep referring to. It's gonna have this bonus chapter in it, and it's going to have a beautiful new pink version of the cover, and it's coming out next year. So it's already like 12:30. I'm gonna assess this fucking chapter and I'm gonna get past it. I'm gonna find a solution. I'm on like page 100. Yeah, I'm on page 99. It is 4:06. I'm on page 104. I've made like 5 pages of progress as I went back and forth between these short chapters trying to make it work better, and I'm finally moving forward past the point where I've been going back and forth repeatedly, so yay. Well, I haven't done a word check-in lately, but I'm at 121,945 words. Going down, down, baby. No, oh my god, I just learned that I can change the view of the document so I don't have to look at my changes every second of my life in like highlighted bright orange font. I could just see regular. Why didn't I know that I could do this before? Guess what I just spent the last 30 minutes doing? Working on the first chapter again.
Don't call me kid, don't call me baby. I bet you made me.
Such a album so good, and it's July 25th.
I just started part 2. My Give Up Better bonus chapter. I'm almost done with it, I feel like, maybe. The next time I feel like I have to step away from book 2, I can go and do that. What's up with my hair today? I gotta like get some paint and write folklore in big letters through all the other letters on this. I'm not gonna write to Taylor's today because I want to concentrate. So apparently I lied. I am writing to Taylor Swift's folklore. I am at page 135.
We just broke into Act 2.
I'm on page 164.
I am still listening to folklore. I'm at the point where I'm starting to skip the songs I don't like as much. I'm holding in now on the favorites by knowing like which ones aren't my favorites. And thus far, that's Mirror Ball.
What am I struggling with now?
A lot of chapter titles. I'm at chapter 37, which is currently called You Like My Hair? Prepare for a lot of great titles like You Like My Hair for chapters.
Hey, hey! I got flustered with book 2, so I switched over to the bonus app chapter. I just finished the first draft. It's 3,071 words, which is like a nice chapter length. Been listening to folklore still. Right now I'm on Cardigan.
Oh, I made it to page 181.
I've been doing this last 15 pages I've been editing to no music in the living room when John's watching Star Wars, and it's so easy not to pay attention to Star Wars because I don't care at all. It's Revenge of the Sith. It's not like one of the OG Star Wars or one of the new ones, which maybe would be more distracting.
It's 1:32. I'm now actually gonna call it for the night.
I gotta brush my teeth and get ready for bed and leave myself some reading time to wind down the brain. Will I read A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor like I want to, or will I continue the Hunger Games that's been taking me 100 years, the prequel? I'm in part 3 and I feel like I just want to get to the end and be done, but also like I don't have time to film a video right now, so I shouldn't finish it until I do. The struggle of being a reviewer person who wants to do a full video but will not have time if she finishes right now. Guys, if you haven't yet heard, the app paperback is available for pre-order. It's a pink, cute cover. Please pre-order it if you're interested. The link's in the description. Did I tell you that I got another mock cover? This cover, the book 2 cover? This is all happening so soon because this book's coming out next year. There's gonna be a cover soon. It's July 27th and I have 6 days left. It's 7:40 and I'm just sitting down to write. So I literally haven't written anything today. A lot of stuff happened that had to happen, but like I haven't written anything. So I'm gonna sit down and listen to my tears ricochet and fucking write. I got to page 205. I'm gonna get ready for bed. I'm gonna listen to an audiobook so I can stop singing. This is me trying. I repeat my brain. It's literally all I hear. And my brain's been singing it for the last like 4 hours.
Hello, it's July 28th and I have less than a week left. 5 days.
I think I finally cracked the chapter titles for character number 2. Character number 1's chapter titles haven't been locked. I already have like a pattern for those, but character number 2, I've been changing her chapter title patterns this whole time because I'm just like not happy with any of them. And I finally think I found one that like makes sense with the book and then adds a little shasha to the beginning of every chapter. It was good. I just went back through all her chapter titles and changed them to that same pattern and it works. Wow, look at all these moisturizers. Too many water bottles. You can tell I'm on deadline. What are we making tonight? Tacos?
Sure.
Taco Tuesday. Oh, it's Tuesday. You guys, Taylor Swift is becoming a detriment to me getting this book done on time. I love folklore so much and all my brain wants to do is listen to it. Literally. Like when I'm not listening to it, I'm thinking about how I want to be listening to it instead of thinking about my writing. And then when I am listening to it, I write for a little bit, but I don't feel like I'm completely in the story because half my brain is in Taylor Swift's music, listening to the lyrics and analyzing everything and trying to memorize the lyrics and just like hearing new things that I didn't hear the last time. I literally wake up and go to sleep singing a different Taylor Swift song every day. I don't know what to do to get it out of my brain. And this sounds like I'm kidding, but I'm not. It's like making me anxious. It's so stupid, but this is what's happening right now. I'm going through so fucking slow because I'm addicted actually to listening to this music over and over and over again. I woke up singing 7 today. I woke up singing This Is Me Trying yesterday, Peace the other day, Cardigan. Like Everything is in my head because it's all excellent. I don't know how many times I've just found my brain just singing The Last Great American Dynasty, Exile, every single one, except for Mirrorball. And even that one, I've heard it pop up in my brain before and I'm just like, skip. I can't sit on my bed right now because I'm cleaning the sheets and they're not dry yet, so I can't put them on. Just want to remake the bed so that I can sit on the bed. It's Tuesday night. This is due Monday. Oh my god. I have just found myself off of this and like watching Britney Spears compilation videos. I don't even know how I got there. I watched 8 minutes of Taylor Swift being in love with Joe. I just sat and watched that while I was here writing, and then I was there. This is all Folklore's fault, but I love folklore, so it's fine, but also, oh my god. Okay, I've made it to page 145, and I did it by first listening to Manic, which is like the album of book 2. Then I listened to nothing. It's so good to focus while listening to nothing because that hasn't been working for a while. It is July 29th. Last night after we talked, I did a little bit more, and I went into doing a second draft of the new bonus chapter for Again But Better paperback, and I did it all without music. I'm currently on page 262. So I've been making some progress, and I've been doing that by not letting myself listen to Taylor Swift today at all. I've withheld, even though I've wanted to. I woke up singing Mad Woman in my head this morning. That's a new one. I'm on page 279. Okay. It is 4:42 and we've hit page 290. Y'all, I've been holding on so tight to this one scene in its entirety. My editor wanted me to cut the majority of it in the last draft, and I was like, no, it needs to all be there. I got to it this time and I was like, oh, I have to cut it. She's right. And whilst I needed to write all of it, I agree now that yes, we don't need all of it. And it's moments like this that really show you how important it is to do so many drafts of a book. Like, you can't see all these things until you've read it so many times. I was so appalled at the idea of cutting this last time, and this time I'm reading it and I just know, like, this has to be cut here. It's so strange. I feel sad that I cut some stuff that I really liked, but I also feel like it was necessary, so I'm glad I cut it. And I'm on page 298. Look! There's Halsey right behind it. You know, I almost got through the day. Without listening to Folklore, I was still listening to it. Like, as we made dinner, I was staring off into the distance and thinking about the book, but also Cardigan was playing in my head. And John was like, are you okay? What are you doing? And I was like, I'm listening to Cardigan. I need to listen to Cardigan again and again and again. I'm on page 358 of 533, and I am in a really fun part. I'm just like not able to enjoy it right now. I don't feel well. I finally took a Tylenol to make my headache go away, and I'm feeling much less bad. And I made some progress. I listened to Folklore and I also made progress. Like, I wrote to Folklore. Like, I wrote one of my favorite scenes to 7. Then I stopped having to repeat the same song over and over again to make progress. And Taylor Swift ran in the background and I did not lose focus. It was grand. When I decided I was going to take a break, I just like sat there because Taylor Swift was playing and I did not want to stop listening. I think I made it to page 383. I did add some words, but I think there's some good words. Like, I was pleased with the words I had. This is one of my favorite chapters, and I was realizing, like, I think we need a little bit more dialogue here before, like, it just ends. I added it, and I'm happy with it today. I'll have to go over it tomorrow. Oh, I just want to listen to Taylor Swift forever. Morning. Oh, wait, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Afternoon. I'm closing in on Act 3. Well, at least part 3. I'm on page 408 of 533. I have broken into part 3. I've got 110 pages left. Hoping to get through it today. It's been a journey. I've been listening to Tears Ricochet for the past couple chapters. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to switch to the Again But Better chapter and do a draft of that today because it's due tomorrow. Huh. Shit. I don't know how to divide this time because I need to finish this. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Well, maybe I'll have to switch gears and go into part 3 after I do one more draft of that chapter. And then go back to part 3 of book 2, which is a separate book and not a sequel to Again But Better. It's a completely separate standalone. I'm really enjoying writing to Taylor Swift. I'm so glad I've gotten to this place where I can write to the songs. I just finished the Again But Better extra chapter 3rd draft. Very exciting. I wrote it to folklore, and I love writing to folklore now. It's the best. It's the only thing I ever want to write to until I can't write to it anymore, but that's not right now. Time for dinner. Now it's time for dinner. Time for dinner. I'm so excited to almost be done with this bonus ab chapter because it feels like I've accomplished something and finished something. Meanwhile, there's a huge part of me that's like, oh, you still only have 2 days to finish this entire book and read it through again. But like, on the other hand, I finished the ab chapter, so that's one less thing to worry about. It's 8:20 and I have officially crossed I have less than 100 pages left to go in this draft relay point. I'm at page 436 of 534. Chapter 77. We're getting there, we getting there. I don't know how many thousands of your Y-O-U apostrophe R-E I have had in place of your Y-O-U-R in this draft, but it's been too many. And every time I see it, I get mad. I picture Ross Geller being like, Y-O-U-R is your, Y-O-U-R apostrophe R-E is your. It's upsetting every time. Oh, hey y'all, it's 10:18. I'm at the big break into Act 3 scene. And this scene's always a complicated one because there's a lot of moving parts, there's just a lot of people and a lot of talking, and I'm shifting some of the dialogue and just shifting like one line that I wanted to shift, and it rippled into like 5 different lines of dialogue that I'm just like sitting here now trying to smooth out. Then I have to gauge how that affects the tone from that point on. So I just sat and did that for like half an hour, just like that one page, and I still need to come back to it and see if what I changed worked. I won't get to the end tonight, which means I'll get to the end tomorrow afternoon, which means that for my read through I'll only have a day and a half, and I'm probably gonna start from the center instead of the beginning. My eyebrows are really messed up today. My pencil's gone. I ordered a new pencil on Amazon and it never came. I ordered another one, don't worry. I'm using the thick thing that you're supposed to use to fill it in to draw it, and it just doesn't work at all. And I know I'm not usually perfect with eyebrows anyway. They're worse than normal, and I keep smudging them. That's what's up there. I'm on page 471 of 534, and I'm at 121,590 words. I've added words. So great. You know what's the weird thing about Microsoft Word? It's always asking me if I want to save when I X out. And I'm like, yes, obviously save. Save yourself. It's 2020. What is this? Auto save. That's another place where Word doesn't hold up to pages. When I close out of Word and I come back to it, it always puts me back to the beginning of the document. I was on page 418 or something. Why am I back at page 1? I have to scroll all the way the fuck down. It's gonna take me like 5 minutes to find my place. The page always opens up to the exact spot where I was before. My computer just died on me one of these times, and the doc hadn't saved. I lost like the last sentence I had written. It was a recovered doc that I had to open, and even that recovered doc hadn't saved the last sentence. What are you doing, Microsoft Word? Hello. I just got to the end of my 4th draft. I ended at 121,515 words. I started this at 124,000. Got less than 3,000 words, so. I think I'm gonna go back and do part 3 one more time before I go back to the beginning. I might go back part 3 and then go back to part 2, and then if I have time, I'll go back to part 1, which is a ridiculous way to look at it. But sometimes doing it backwards like that is helpful. That way I get to do the 3rd act and the 2nd act, definitely. And I might not get to the 1st act again, but the 1st act is where I've been through 1,000 times, and I know I get like tripped up over there. I'm gonna take a little walk around, and I'm gonna go right back into part 3. Oh my god, you guys! I finished the book earlier, and then I went back and did the 3rd act all over again, starting from after dinner onward, and it's 1 a.m. and I just got to the end again, and that 2nd pass of the 3rd act just felt so much better. Like, it was so much clearer what I wanted to change and how I wanted to change it. And I turned off the track changes so I couldn't see all the changes, because that was really, really distracting. It's so freeing to turn it off. I'm so excited that I got to the end of the 3rd act, because like I finished the 3rd act double run through, and it just felt so much better. It's been like such a solid from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. I've just been writing. I've just been doing this run through. I finished Act 3 for a second run through. I went back to just like my starred playlist on Spotify, and when something wasn't fitting the tone, I would just like skip until I found something. It would fade into the background into like the point where at the end I was listening to This Is America, and like doesn't fit the scene at all, but like I was jamming out. I didn't listen to TSwift much because I did get to a point where I circled back around to being distracted by it again. One day left, but I'm feeling very optimistic that I'll at least get to all of Act 2. One more run through. This is America. It's August 1st. No, it's August 2nd now. Shit. I'm excited to go into Act 2 tomorrow. Hopefully we stay positive and everything's great. It's deadline day. And I'm going through Act 2. Yo, remember yesterday when I was like, woo, everything is awesome. Yeah, I'm back down. I'm in panic. Thus far in Act 2, I have cut some dialogue and I've cut at least a paragraph's worth of just stuff that like didn't need to be in there. Hopefully I'm getting close to 120k, so I could say at least I cut 4k in this round. Oh my god, like I can't believe I cut so much last round and this round is like, oh, sorry, I did nothing. Like not nothing, but 4k compared to 40k. It's pretty, it feels like nothing. I don't know what to listen to right now. Like I'm at one of those points where Taylor Swift isn't working and Manic isn't even working. Like you know things are messed up and panicked when Manic isn't working. Manic is my go-to. Just gotta keep skipping songs until one hit. I was listening to some AJR for a while and that was working. Maybe I should go back to AJR, I guess. Whoa. So I'm on page 292 and part 3 starts on page 427. So I'm like 135 pages out from finishing Act 2, let alone going back to Act 1. And it's 11:09. I know I was really happy with Act 3 last night. With Act 2, I feel like I'm not going to be as happy with it because I'm not going to get all the way through it. And also, I just don't feel as focused. Yesterday I was having a focus, phenomenal focus streak of focus, 5-hour focus streak. And now I'm like panic focus. It's not the same. It's midnight and I have reached page 314. I think we discerned that I needed to get to page like 435. It's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna start going through my Control F words. Next word we're checking is beautiful. There shouldn't be that many beautifuls. I'm gonna guess, I was gonna guess 10, but it just came up 19 before I could even think about it. Okay, I'm gonna go through and decide what beautifuls stay and what beautifuls have to go. Next, hurdle. You know, I use the word hurdle more than you would expect. I come across it and I'm just like, hurdle? Again, Christine? Why? Let's see how many there are. I hope there's less than 10, but I'm gonna guess 10 because I was way off with beautiful. Oh my god, wait, did I spell hurdle wrong or do I have no hurdles in this? Oh my god, I already took out, I probably had 1 hurdle and I was like, Christine, too many hurdles. I definitely saw it. That's why I wrote it down. But I must have taken them all out. There must have only been like 2. Well, guess what I can put back in if I feel like it? A hurdle. How many ridiculouses do you think there's gonna be? I'm gonna say 3 ridiculous. Hopefully there's only 1. There's 16. Wow, I didn't know I used this so much.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. The next word is thrashing. How many times do you think I'm gonna see the word thrash? 1 time. Yes. I think I almost used it twice and I was like, no, that's too much thrash. Too much thrash. It's 2:37. I've been going through my notes and just changing little things around. It's August 3rd! You know what I have a lot of in this book? Capital letters. I know I took a lot of those out of Again But Better because I was told that I should not have them. Having trouble deciding which ones to keep in this. I like the impact of capital letters. It really comes out on the page when I'm reading it in my head differently than when it's just like she yelled or like it's italicized. I think in certain instances it makes a much bigger impact. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna be done now. I am at 120,650 words. I've been scrolling through and like randomly going in at random points. I finally sent it in. It is 3:41 a.m. So that was a process. Even as I sent it, I was like, should I send it? It's in. I'm gonna shower. Han, how's your picture?
I actually just finished it.
Wow, we finished at the same time. I did it. I
got it in, I got it in. It doesn't feel triumphant at all. I'm relieved. But then this morning, my friends got back to me with some notes that I needed. And now I'm like, do I need to go back in and fix it and then send that version because maybe I should do that, maybe I should do that. But I only got 3 hours of sleep, so I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. The title! The last time I told you the title, I was like, this is probably gonna change. But now this is it. I came up with like 1,000 different title options while I was working on the outline for this book and while I was working on the first draft of this book. None of them ended up perfectly fitting the book, except for this one that I literally started calling it when I started the outline. And then everyone else is like, ooh, that's a fun title. I like that title. It's cute. And I'm like, no, that's just a stand-in. It's way too normal. But then the book was like, Christine, this is the title. It's kind of cute that it kind of matches the title of my first book. The title is Better Together. So it's BT for short. It's called Better Together. Better Together. Yeah, it's called Better Together. It's not a sequel to Again But Better. But the Again But Better paperback is coming out April 6th of next year, and you can pre-order it now. It has a pink cover, and I'm really happy with the bonus chapter. I'm excited for you guys to get that. The chapter takes place like right where we left off, so if you wanted some more, got it. It's gonna be in the paperback. If you feel like pre-ordering that, that's amazing. Thank you. There's a link at the top of the description. Better Together is not up for pre-order yet. I'm excited to keep going. And I'm supposed to get this back 17th of August. It's called Better Together, as in better together, as in better together. I don't know. There's no like, as in try again but better. It's as in like, we are better together. That part. It's gonna be fun after this book is done to like go through the millions of titles that I have written down that don't work at all. My name's Christine. I write books and do other things too. Thank you so much for supporting my journey to Again But Better paperback. I'm excited. Pre-order links in the description. I will see you next time. Oh, if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, I'd very greatly appreciate that. I can speak. My Instagram's @XteenMay, and so is my Twitter. This outfit looks weird. Bye!